Welcome, Rich Hoops Pod fan. Okay, so Lakers win against the Warriors in 6, and yes, I want to appreciate LeBron for a little bit because the dude has been in my life and most people watching this video's life for just an extremely long time at this point. Granted, Steph Curry as well. But you know what, LeBron? We did see him turn back in the clock a little. Bit more in this game where it was a little bit more matchup hunting. He had that post up on Wiggins where he's backing him down, the one where the Warriors were playing zone. And he's backing down Steve at the top of the key. Swing it to D-Lo in the corner for 3, that one play where it was like a Clay Drummond pick and roll, and then like I was high up on Clay. So then LeBron's got to help from the opposite corner. Blocks Drummond, comes the other way, and gets like a transition layup off, getting the Jordan pull switch. You know, of course, in the last game, the Lakers won, getting the Steph Curry switch and all that, but we got to appreciate some of the things that happened. With the Lakers, I'm not going to name like a million plays here, but there were just a couple that I thought were pretty all right. You know, like LeBron and Reeves had a couple of screenplays. I think back where LeBron corner 3, and another that was, I believe, a Lonnie Walker 3. There was also that one where Steph and Clay doubled LeBron, and then he threw that perfect behind-the-back pass top. Lonnie for his 3. Austin Reeves. Remember, he cooked Steve on one of those ISOs. What crossed over into a behind the back? You know, gets the 3-point play, of course, the half court. Shot was nutty. And defensively in this one, just as great as he's been all playoffs. I mean, even if it's not going to result in like a very loud play all the time. Just fundamental stuff of, you know, being there high enough on the screen, but not being out of position. To get Torch on the back line, like, maybe it just results in, you know, the Warriors having to basically reset the play, swing it around, and somebody else has got to take a shot or whatever, or it becomes an ISIS, and they just end up getting the look that they don't want. Right. Now, within this, Clay had himself a very cold shooting night where, I mean, if you were going to go down and shit at them, so you definitely miss them open ones. And okay, I mean, that's going to happen. I guess, see, there were a few plays where the Warriors or the Lakers just left Draymond very open from outside. I think he made like 1-3, but yeah, man, it just seemed like the only way for the Warriors to ever score consistently in the series was figuring out the pick and roll attack on that, and they had moments, you know, with, you know, having G. And I mean, again, it did look like for the first half of what was it, game 4, that they found the adjustment that was going to win on that game, and then you know that game happened. And look, now, the conversation with this Warriors team is going to shift to, is this it right? I don't know. I don't know what the hell is going to happen, but we do know this much, okay? They have an extremely large salary that I think is projected to be over $200 million at least, scored a Basketball Reference for next season. Clay, as well as Draymond, are under contract for next season, and that's it. Granted, with Draymond, it's a player option, so that makes it a little more interesting. You got Jordan Bull and Wiggins on lengthy deals, and Ash. We know Poole was just inconsistent, unreliable, whatever you want to say for these playoffs. Between a shot selection, defense, general decision-making stuff, Wiggins, much more consistent. It seems like no matter what the conversation was for every playoff game, we would always forget, like, by the way, Wiggins had 17, and he played pretty good defense. He had 25 in the last one, and then you got Moody, and you got coming on the rookie deals. Look, I'm going to attempt to make like a very soft prediction. I think deep down the Warriors front office would like to extend Clay and Draymond, but just on cheaper contracts as far as how those guys are going to feel about that. I don't know, that's the fun part about negotiations. As far as the roster, I think they could use another. Big Sure Looney is everybody's favorite role player, and he definitely still has a spot on the team. No doubt about that. But just more size would be nice, even if Draymond can, you know, guard guys bigger than him and all that. I mean, what Jakob Poeltl was a very popular name that Warriors fan talked about, you know, around the deadline and stuff. I think they could also use like one more. Good two-way wing, which every single team in the league would like to have. Now, the hope for them is that come Inga and Moody can both be that right, coming to more of the downhill juice screen setter. Offensive rebounder, cutter, all that. Moody more of like a fundamental type of wing. So we'll see with those two. But the other thing, like, they just need Jordan Poole to be better in the playoffs, especially, I mean, regular season, like he does have a sort of inconsistency to him or something. Stretches, he'll be going crazy, making all the tough shots. Other stretches will be a little rough, but by the end of it, it was like he was fine. But in the playoffs, I mean, he was bad. And so I don't know what you got to do there. Like, do you need to have him sit down with coaches and do a better job of reading plays and split-second scenarios? Do you need him to, I guess it's something with his shooting form or when he gets tired that his shooting form starts to go. But I mean, he'd be walking into these games and before you know, he's like over 5 from the field. So I don't know. I mean, he can be pretty shifty with the ball in his hands when he taps into that side of his game. And I mean, if we go to the regular season, like I wouldn't be shocked if he scored 20 points. Game again, but it's, playoffs. So anyway, that'll do it. The Lakers move on. I've had a great time watching this Lakers team, even if I keep picking them to lose every series. We'll see if it ends up mattering because of the trade deadline stuff for the Lakers. I don't know, but yeah, the Lakers flip around. It's good stuff.